Hey, it's been a long while. Since my previous video, I think about a month now, and I've been super active with the Setar. I'm learning a lot of new things and making lots of progress. So it's actually really hard for me to choose what to talk about. Um, so I'm just going to give a overview about everything that's new for me and what changed. I am working with a new teacher for about 4 or 3 months now, and I meet her in person about a week, once a week, and yeah, taking personal classes allowed me to increase my progress, like the speed of my growth, and also the depth of my growth. So that's been super cool. And one thing, for example, yeah, now I'm always playing with one leg about above the other, and it helped me improve my body posture a lot. In general, um, one element that I'm really um, taking with me is that when I'm playing, I'm fully relaxed. That's the ambition. And I became aware about all the little tensions I have in my body when I'm usually playing. And it takes a high focus and high connection, and still I'm at a level where I'm not fully relaxed. So, especially in my left hand, in my shoulder, my right side is quite relaxed. Playing freely and I'm moving my hand nicely. But especially when I'm like using my ring finger to hit a party, uh, my this part of my wrist, yeah, my wrist is getting stuck, and so it's about always focusing and sort of like a live meditation while moving the hands. Um, yeah, and it really improves my play as well, because you can tell kind of if a sound is clear or a bit dirty, let's say. One thing that's also really cool is I'm experimenting with using my senses differently than before. So I know I'm typically very visual learner, and when I see something, when I read something, or when I write something, I can really remember it well. Um, but now, for example, I'm closing my eyes and I'm listening to the music, or I'm listening to my fingers or to the music I'm playing, and sometimes I need my ears to figure out something. I cannot figure it out with my eyes. And that's been really mind blowing for me to see. I was really relying a lot on my eyes, and I think I can see it, but no. Sometimes the ear is really more wise than the eyes. And of course, in the long run, it's about combining all the senses, but just because I'm coming from overly focusing on my eyes, overly relying on my eyes, closing them helps me to then focus more on my ears for this specific moment. Just becoming aware that I have different senses, and they open opportunities and possibilities for me, and it's about how I interact with my senses and how I make use of them or not. This became a totally new dimension for me when playing music. And I think it's also really beautiful because, in the end, playing music is a way to be connected with myself, and becoming more aware and more comfortable with my different senses also really helps me to get to know myself better on a deeper level. So that's been really beautiful. Um, another detail I learned is now it's again a bit more technical. So mm, there is a dimension in how rich you're playing or how full you're playing. Basically, it's about my right hand now. I'm playing the same position with my left hand, but either right now I'm just hitting the first string, or I'm hitting the range, the first and the second, or even upper strings. And it gives a totally different mood or feeling to the sound. So yeah, as a musician, it opens again another totally possibility for me to in some parts of the song, or in one song I want to deliver more a full sound, a wide range, and this is a really strong, rich music versus this is more soft and delicate and a bit slow, but also powerful, of course, in its own way. Uh, but just to show you this as a dimension to play with and to express myself, it's really cool. Um, One thing that goes with that is a accentuation. I think it's called putting an accent, stressing certain notes. So when I play four notes, or so it's about the accent is puts a stress on this note. And it also changes the whole mood of the sound. Um, to be honest, with accent, I'm not so familiar yet. Um, Typically, when I play as a song, um, I'm not so aware about where I am putting the accent and if I am even putting it. Um, but still, it's an interesting dimension for me to explore and to be aware of. Yeah. So already now I mentioned three, four different dimensions that are rather new to me to become aware of them. Of course, I've been exposed to them before, but not with this level of awareness. And I would say right now is the time for me to really become aware of the total range of possibilities. And it's like, let's say there are 10 new dimensions or 10 dimensions in total that I can play with. It opens up so many combinations. Um, like if each of these dimensions are only grouped in two, like having an accent or not having an accent, for example, or playing the rich note versus playing the delicate note, just these two dimensions already give me four combinations. I can have the accent and it's a rich note, accent and the delicate note, and the same with no accent. Um, but there are more dimensions even, right? Of course, one dimension is the note value. Another dimension is the rhythm or the time of the note. Another dimension is right hit or left hit. So there are really a lot of different dimensions to play with, and it's like a whole. I mean, a whole new universe is opening up for me to explore. Um, and that's a really really beautiful time for me. Yeah. Another thing, I'm getting more familiar with the bum string. So typically in many pieces, the bum string is often only used with the chop with the left stroke, and like always like this. But now I'm also playing it as a main string, let's say. And I notice my left hand really needs a lot of practice for the bum string, because the bum string is like 1.5 centimeters about above the first string. It's harder to use all three fingers because of the range of the fingers. For the first string, it's easier to hit all three, for example. But here I have also to turn my wrist and stretch my fingers longer. And this is really again where it's key to totally relax the hand, because then when the hand is totally relaxed, um, it becomes easy to hit the string. But I am not there yet. Um, I made a lot of progress in my left hand, really, but I also see that I'm still I can go more. I'm not at the maximum yet. Um, yeah, which is really interesting to see mm, how high I sense my, let's say, maximum is. Even maybe it's not my maximum, but the one I can already sense. And how much time and how much practice it takes to get there. Um, and I'm really fascinated by this, actually. There's really a lot on the technical level to find out for me, and I'm really struggling with the with the technique and the technical level. Um, you know, and I learned so many different exercises that focus on different things: the accent or the richness, palm string. One important point is also about switching parties. So when I want to go from re to mi, uh, I'm supposed to lift my finger very very little, and then quickly hit the party. And uh, if I'm doing it slowly, I can do a decent job of that. But as I move faster, it's getting harder for me to be precise. So I kind of first go to the general vicinity, and then I adjust it. And also with practice I will be able to hit directly where I need to, basically. Yeah. I think this is pretty much it that I want to share today. Mostly rhythm, techniques, practice. There's so much more to talk about, but in terms of writing my own music, I'm not at the point yet where I can really write a full piece. Um, it's really cool, actually. There's a lot of music in me that's just coming out, and I'm improvising, or there's like a tune coming to me and I'm writing it down. And I need a bit more practice to take a tune and develop it into a full piece. But yeah, I know I'm getting there, and I'm so excited about this. So yeah, there's going to be some tunes and some pieces I will be sharing soon. Yeah, for sure. All right, so I'm just ending this with a little practice piece from Hossein Alizadeh's book, and which I can really recommend. Uh, Setar teaching methodology, or دستور ستار دوره ابتدایی. So the elementary course. And yeah, this one is exercise 62. This was the uh, introduction to exercise 62, and now it is exercise 62. And this exercise is about this movement from first string to string to bomb string. Yeah, those two are very, very nice and nice sounding for me. Um, yeah. The first one I didn't practice so much. The second one I practiced already maybe 2 months ago. So yeah, but they go nice together. All right. Yeah, there's going to be much more videos now again. And I'm so happy that I can share my progress with you all. Thanks for tuning in, and I hope to see you soon.